Okay, so this is the basics of the King's game. The UI is this is the actual compiled version, which looks a little bit different than the version that I had in Unity for some reason because of resolution issues and because all of the UIs are actual three-dimensional objects like in space, so that makes them not it's not just HTML and CSS. It's not very responsive, and this is the problem with it on the mobile. Like it will work on a mobile, but obviously when the resolution shrinks, the it just completely screws the UI. There's also not any UI controls built in, so like I don't know if you can hear me bashing tab, but so all that stuff still needs to be built, but that's still kind of unfinished stuff. But as for the engine of the game, the core gameplay, I could log in right now, or I could register. This is what the UI used to look like. I kind of actually, it's been a couple months, and kind of going back to it, it's not as bad as I thought. I used to hate this UI. Like I thought this UI was like the worst. I don't know. It's not great. It is pretty terrible. But anyways, register. Taco Love is in the game. We could log back out and log in if you wanted. Taco Love. Made your password because it's really secure. But I guess the idea behind this is this gray part would be like a GIF running in the background, like if there was a new champion in League or Smite or something like that. And this should be like a logo that's like an actual, like King's game should be like an actual logo, but I can't make stuff like that. So anyways, we're gonna log in. You don't have any current games going, obviously, because I just made the account. So you can click on these spaces, which give you new games, and it'll just automatically match make you with someone when you click on one of these. The idea, I guess, being there would be, originally we had talked about having like a bunch of these game slots, and you could have like a bunch of them, and you could like, if you wanted to have more going at once, you could like buy game slots or something. But I'm not really thinking about the monetary side anymore. So click on new game. It matched you against a guy named another account that I made for a friend called Nightmare956. At the bottom it says your name. That's just indicating that it's your turn. So we can actually click on it and it'll bring us into the game screen. So this is like a full like 3D world. You just kind of use the right mouse button to scroll around. You can use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out. Pretty basic stuff, I guess. A lot of like I said, I was working on the HUD, so a lot of it's still kind of blah, but you don't start selected at a unit. So right now the graphics are tanks versus ogres. You started, so your tanks. These are supposed to be your spells, and where it says 1, 2, 3, 4, that actually indicates the numbers. So you can actually press 1, 2, 3, or 4 to change your spells, but they could be like spell icons or something, I guess. But so you can come in. The yellow HP bar is your king. If the king dies, you lose. If you kill the opponent's king, you win. Or you win if you kill everyone on your opponent's team that isn't their king, because you can't be a king with no followers. You're just a guy at that point. So if you click on your unit, you can see their spell that you currently have selected. This should also highlight. I actually was just working on that when I quit working on this. Shows you the damage the spell does, and a short description, just other information like his attack range is 2. You can also see the red attack markers. HP, mana, name of the champion person. So you can click there. It's got a full like auto pathing system, so when you click, your characters actually like move to where they need to go. I know that looks like nothing, but holy crap, that was some serious algorithms like practice I had to do. It was a lot. I've started calling this the Y formation, because why, I don't know, but I do it, so Y formation. And then once you've made all your moves and stuff that you want done, you can hit escape and it brings up your menu. If you aren't happy with your turn, you can refresh or reload. It'll take you back to the starting position of that turn. You can end your turn, which will end your turn and put you in spectator mode while your opponent makes their turn if you want, or you can leave the game. You can return home. If you don't want to end your turn, you can just want to go back and look at another game maybe or something, you can return home, or you can end and return, which is what we're going to do. So you can see it ended your turn, and now it's Nightmare's turn. So since all these accounts are actually me, I'm going to log in to Nightmare. If I can remember, I think no, not password. What did I make this like? What did I make this? Pass. That's easy. So you can see 2 games going against me currently as Merrick and 1 against Taco Love. Zoom out. All the champions and stuff are the same right now. So you can see the spell. So if I hit 2 or if I click here, you can see that I have a fireball spell that does 50 damage. Attack range is still pretty short. It doesn't show effects yet listed in this description bar, but there are effects. So tank basic just does 1, but if I swap over to this stomp spell, stomp will actually stun all. See, it's got a very, very short range just around the character, but it's a 1-turn stun as well. I feel like stuns are going to be very overpowered in this game, and we're going to have to work on making them be more like movement slows, because not being able to move it all for an entire turn is actually a really huge handicap. So end and return. I'm just walking through some turns because I want to show an actual attack happen, because they shoot missiles out of their crotches, which is pretty cool, I guess. So I'm just going to move your mage out here, which obviously, he can attack with his basic. Fireball can't reach, but he can attack the king. So, I mean, obviously you balancing and stuff, mages do a lot of damage, but also have a lot of mana, low HP, or at least this mage. I mean, doesn't really matter, but a little tank, he's going to shoot a rocket. If I just left click on the opponent with the selected spell that I want, pew, didn't look like it did much because it only did 10 damage, and a king is very tanky, and the HP bars don't have like lines or stuff on them yet to really make it like easy to indicate like the amount of HP that they lost. But you can go to in turn, brings you into this fancy spectator mode here, and you can click. And so if you notice, I'm still logged in as Taco Love, but I can click on my opponent's pieces, and this gives me time. This was complete fluke. This was legitimately a bug that became a feature. Of now I can click on my opponent's pieces, and I can move them around, and I can see how they can move. And the little boxes don't clean themselves up yet, which is obnoxious. But so now I can get an idea for like an attack that my opponent can make, but obviously you can't actually make the attack. So if you try to end your turn, see, they just go back to normal because it just takes you back into spectator mode. So that's pretty interesting. I like spectator mode, but you can also see the damage you did and stuff. So you can see, this Ogre King has 490 HP out of 500. So the 10 damage my mage did actually happen. So return home. And I guess I could show an effect of some kind happening, because that was a pretty boring attack. Taco Love. Oh, also you can use I guess a lot of this movement is, I wasn't even thinking about it. It's just WASD, really standard controls. Man, tank can't get into range. That sucks. But I'm going to make it so that I just wreck this mage here. So fireball, 50 damage. I'm going to bring my king around, which would actually be a really bad idea normally. Pow! And I may have gave the king poison attacks. I really can't remember. Ooh, Mega Slash, 75. I forgot about that. Very short range, very high damage. Don't really care. Why has he got really... Oh, yeah, because he's supposed to be like a Master Yi. He's really squishy, but he just does ass ton of damage. Oh, man, now I can't share this video because whatever. So, in the turn... Oh, why did I not end the turn and return home? Anyways, Taco Love. Will you get a kill this turn? I really want to show what a kill looks like. No, you will not. Otherwise, you would. Oh, man. I really want to... I've got to get it like a win situation. You've got to see the game like be over.